Today I'm going to be doing the Detroit Lions 5-year rebuild. I have them currently set them at 3-6, just like in real life. I forced the wins and losses to match up with the real record. Unfortunately, the stats and everything are not going to be the same. Madden still hasn't updated the play now feature that they have, so we're just going to have to deal with it the way that it is. This is what the starting lineup looks like currently. We do have Jared Goff at quarterback, but apparently he's injured for 1 week. We also have DeAndre Swift, but apparently he's injured as well. Guess we just have a lot of injuries. We got St. Brown at wide receiver 1. He's an 84 with star dev. Jameson Williams, I just got him back off injured reserve. He's a 79 with hidden dev. Then we got Reynolds and Chark. Panay Sewell at right tackle is 85 superstar. The offensive line's really not that bad besides the right guard. Obviously, we need a new tight end since they just traded Hawkinson to the Vikings in real life. Defensively, the best player on the entire team is rookie Aiden Hutchinson. Defensive end, he's a 78 overall with star dev. There's a few star dev guys on here, but pretty much the entire team just needs a complete rebuild, especially on defense. We do have a tandem breakout on offense here, so let's go ahead and check that out because this team needs freaking breakouts, like whatever they can get. I'm going to challenge Jameson Williams. I probably shouldn't have because we have a backup quarterback. Wide receiver St. Brown has earned 2,500 XP for inspiring a teammate. Get Jameson Williams 150 plus yards receiving against the Giants. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Touchdowns with Jameson Williams will give him a bonus rewards if his goals are completed. Well, we did end up winning the game against the Giants 23-21, so let's check the tandem breakout stuff out and see how this goes. Guess it didn't work. End of the regular season, we finished 4-13, pretty much the worst team in the NFL. Stats wise, we got the 31st ranked offense. That's terrible. Defensively, 32nd. So yeah, we're basically the worst team. Jared Goff threw for 3,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 56% completion with a 78 rating. Really bad. Finley came in and played even better. 68% completion with the 116 rating. Obviously on limited time, we have 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Rushing yards, DeAndre Swift played in 11 games, had 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 yards per carry. Jamal Williams had 100 carries for 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Receiving, St. Brown had 989 yards, 8 touchdowns. Reynolds 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Brock Wright, the tight end, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jameson Williams almost 600 yards with 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Anzalone led the team in tackles with 115. Rodriguez had 107 as a rookie. TFLs, Hutchinson led the team with 16, Rodriguez had 13. Sacks, Aiden Hutchinson had 8.5 leading the team. Pascal had 4.5, McNeil had 4, and Kaminsky had 3.5. Interceptions, Kirby Joseph had 2, and then a bunch of other guys had 1. Changing the offensive and defensive playbooks completely. I'm switching to Buffalo's offensive power run vertical scheme. And then, so we're at 64% on that, but we should get better through free agency and the draft. Defensively, I'm switching to a 4-3. We're 86%. Gonna go with the New Orleans Saints defense since they generate a lot of sacks in the rebuild that I did recently. The Chiefs beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl 28-24 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Defensive end Frank Clark won Super Bowl MVP with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Brandon Staley won Coach of the Year with the Chargers. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Khalil Mack won Defensive Player of the Year with the Chargers. David Bell won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Browns. Devin Lloyd won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Jaguars. We have $71 million in cap space. Deshaun Elliott is 26 years old, star dev, 80 overall. He's not interested in re-signing him, but I'm going to offer him a deal anyways. I'm going to bump him up to a 4-year offer. He wants to go to free agency. All right, moving on from him. Jamal Williams, 28, not interested in him. Mike Hughes, 26. Star dev, 78 overall. I'll bump him up to a 4-year deal and see if he signs. He's coming back. DJ Chark, 26 years old, normal dev, only 76 overall. Pass on him. Amani, he wants 3 years, 12.8 mil. He's 27 years old, 77 overall, star dev. I'll offer him the 3-year deal. If he accepts it, cool. If not, no. All right, moving on. Justin Jackson, moving on from him. Anzalone, definitely don't want to bring him back. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Basically, we just need a quarterback, we need a right guard, and a tight end. If we have to, we can roll with Swift at running back, and the wide receivers are actually pretty decent. Offensive line is pretty good. Defensively, we need pretty much everything. Defensive ends, defensive tackles. Middle linebacker, I'll probably move Rodriguez to middle linebacker if we can't find one in free agency or the draft. Do need another strong safety. Yeah, we pretty much, we just need everything. Free agency, ended up getting Cole Holcomb at middle linebacker. He's 82 with normal dev, but he's a scheme fit, 27 years old. Got him on a 4-year deal. Got Anyamata at defensive tackle. Got a kicker. Bringing in Ronnie Harrison at strong safety. Nadi at defensive tackle. Will Hernandez at right guard. And Juwan Johnson at tight end. Pretty much just got whatever I could to try to fill some needs that we have. Gonna keep on rebuilding. Alright, so here we are in the draft. We're at first round, first pick. Miami has number 1 pick. We have the number 2 pick. I want to get Bryce Young for sure. I got him 100% scouted. He's a top 5 true talent at quarterback. I would also like to get Will Anderson Jr., the outside linebacker. He got him 100% scouted. He's a top 5 talent too. I don't think that Miami's going to draft a quarterback, so I'm going to go ahead and let them pick what they want. They're probably going to draft Will Anderson, and if that's so, I'll probably end up trying to get Bijan Robinson, the running back. We have a second first round pick. I think it's number 25, so we might have to trade up to get him, but for sure need to get a quarterback, Bryce Young. All right, let's see what they decide to do here. Advance to the next pick. Who do they draft in? Will Anderson. Yeah, I figured. All right, well, at least they didn't take the quarterback. All right, we can draft Bryce Young now. 100% scouted. He's got A on everything. He's 21 years old. Coming to Detroit. He's got hidden dev. I'm going to trade for the Carolina Panthers first round pick number 14. I'm giving him my first round pick this year. That's 25. Second round pick this year and a third round pick next year to draft Bijan Robinson, the running back. Here he is, Bijan Robinson. He's an elusive back. He's from Texas, 6 foot, 220 pounds. He has A in a lot of things. He's 20 years old. Dang, he's really young. He has elite change of direction, elite jumping, solid speed, great, and a lot of other things. Hidden dev, 89 speed. Here in the third round, since we traded our second round pick, I'm going to draft this right guard, Cooper Beebe from Kansas State. He's a power scheme fit, 6'4", 322 pounds. I only have him 50% scouted, but he has elite change of direction with great strength and great speed. Hidden dev, 89 strength. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, speed rusher, Zion Tupola Fetui. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it's a tongue twister. He's a top fit for us, so that's good. He's 6'4", 241 pounds. 22 years old. He has elite change of direction, great agility with good speed, good strength, good jumping. 83 speed, normal dev. Here in the fifth round, I'm going to draft this free safety, DeMarco Hellams from Alabama. He's a zone scheme fit. And once again, I only have him 50% scouted, but he has a pretty good athletic traits. He's good in every single thing. He's got normal dev, 88 speed. Here in the sixth round, I'm drafting this defensive tackle, Brett Johnson from California. He's a run-stopping scheme fit, basically just taking a chance now. He looks like a decent athlete for a sixth rounder, so. Normal dev, 88 strength. Checking out the draft recap, we did pretty good. Bryce Young is a 79 overall. We saw that he has hidden dev. We also got Bijan Robinson, he's an 82 overall. He has hidden dev as well. Right guard drafted in the third round is a 73 overall. I think he had hidden dev too, right? Yeah. He'll be starting for us at right guard. I know we just signed someone in free agency, but we can trade him away. This linebacker is a 71. I'm going to end up moving him to defensive end. It's free safety. It could be a good backup for us, and this defensive tackle might end up being a starter, even though he's only a 71 overall. Probably just end up being a backup. And then I'll let the computer draft the last guy, Mekhi Blackman from USC, 69 overall, normal dev. Checking out the entire NFL draft, Will Anderson Jr. was 81 overall, pick number 1 by the Dolphins. The highest in the draft was Bijan Robinson, 82 overall. That's our guy. And then Bryce Young, 79 overall over here. Pretty good draft for us. This is what the starting lineup looks like for season 2. Bryce Young starting quarterback, 79 hidden dev. I'm starting Robinson over Swift at running back. He's 82 hidden dev. I'm going to keep Swift as the backup. St. Brown's up to 85 with Star. Williams is at 80 with Star, and then we got Reynolds at wide receiver 3, 77 overall. I'm going to start BB at right guard over Hernandez. I'm going to trade away Hernandez to make sure that BB stays the starter. Defensively, made some moves. We got Hutchinson at defensive end, still the best player on the team, 81 overall, jumped up to superstar dev. We brought in Holcomb at middle linebacker. We got Rodriguez at outside linebacker. Pretty much whoever we want, we're going to put an outside linebacker on this side because we really don't have anybody. But we brought in Harrison at safety. We got Joseph at other safety. Okuda and Hughes at corners. So, I mean, we're still in the rebuild mode. We still have a long ways to go. But we got a pretty good start on the offensive side. We're going to trade away right guard Will Hernandez to the Bears for cornerback Anthony Brown. He's a 77 overall. We do need a third corner, so he'll at least help us for one season. Here at the midseason point, we're not doing so great. We're off to a 2-5 start, but pretty much everyone in our division is 2-5 except for the Packers, who are 4-3. We do get some good news though. We found out that Bryce Young has superstar dev, he's up to 81, and Robinson has superstar dev, he's up to 84, and BB has just star dev, but he's up to 75. So looking good on offense. We have 75 million in cap space. We got to figure out if we want to try to bring back DeAndre Swift or not. I do want to bring Okuda back. He's not extremely interested, so I'm gonna have to bump him up to a 6-year deal. He's coming back. Who else we got? Jonah Jackson, left guard. Yeah, I want to bring him back too. He's not extremely interested either. Don't blame him though. He's coming back. Onyemata was a 1-year thing. Reynolds moving on from him. He's 28. He only has normal dev. Probably going to be moving on from a lot of these guys. End of the regular season, we finished 7-10, so not good at all, but pretty much expected not to be. Offensively, 4th ranked, and Bryce Young led the entire NFL in passing yards as a rookie. Dang. Defensively, 18th, so we were 32nd last year, so we made a pretty big jump on defense. Bryce Young threw for 5,400 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions, 67% completion with the 106 rating, so he might be in the MVP contention as a rookie. Robinson had a pretty good year as a rookie at running back, 800 yards, 4 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not great, but whatever. Amon-Ra St. Brown led the team in catches and yards with 1,500, and he had 15 touchdowns. Jamison Williams had 100 catches for 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Josh Reynolds had 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tight end we brought in free agency, Johnson had 700 yards, 8 touchdowns, and running back Robinson had 50 catches for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Very nice production. Defensively, Rodriguez led the team in tackles with 129. Cole Holcomb had 126. Alquara led the team in tackles for loss with 13. Hutchinson had 11. Alquara had the most sacks, 8.5. Hutchinson only had 5.5. Onyemata had 5. Cole Holcomb led the team in interceptions with 4 from the middle linebacker spot, and Anthony Brown had 3. Hughes had 2. Alquara had 1, and Jacobs had 1. Carolina Panthers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 29-14 to win their first ever Super Bowl, and their quarterback is Daniel Jones. He won MVP with the Panthers for the Super Bowl. The heck? Jalen Hurts won MVP of the regular season with the Eagles. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Our boy Bryce Young won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Lions. Myles Murphy won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Bears. We have 86 million in cap space, and I'm not going to re-sign anybody. DeAndre Swift's the only one that I would consider, but he was our backup running back this season and barely got any production out of him, so I don't want to pay him basically 5-6 million a year to be the backup, and he's not doing anything, so let him go to another team. Maybe he'll be the starter there. This is what the team looks like before free agency. I mean, Bryce Young and Robinson are out here balling. They're both 86 with superstar. Very good to see. Jamison Williams jumped up to superstar. St. Brown jumped up to superstar. Could use a 3rd receiver. Offensive line looks freaking great, and we could use a true number 1 tight end. Defensively is where we got a lot of stuff that we need to work on here. Hutchinson's not going to be starting the outside linebacker. I don't know why they have him up there. Definitely a starting defensive end. He's still the best player on the defense. But we need 2 defensive tackles. We need another pass rushing defensive end. We need another corner. We need like a true number 1 corner. So yeah, defense, we need a lot of work. Free agency actually went pretty well for us. I was able to get Antoine Winfield Jr. at free safeties and 90 overall with superstar dev. Got him on a 6-year deal. Also got Ed Oliver at defensive tackle. He's 85 overall. Noah Fant at tight end. He's 81 overall. Cam Dantzler at cornerback. I did try to bring back Darius Slay. He was like at a 90 overall or 88. I can't remember for sure, but tried to get him to come back to Detroit, but he turned us down. And then we get him Brian Edwards to be wide receiver 3 for us. He's a 75 with star dev. In the first round of the draft, we have pick number 7. I'm going to draft this free safety, Steven Jeffrey. He's a hybrid. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true first round talent. Probably move him over to strong safety. He's 5'10", 225 pounds. It looks like he's pretty good. Got him 100% scouted, so we're going to go ahead and draft him. Hidden dev, 92 speed, nice. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this middle linebacker, George Boone. He's a field general scheme fit, but we do need help at outside linebacker. He's 6'3", 226 pounds, 23 years old. He has great acceleration, solid speed. Basically taking a chance on him. He has B tackle. Hidden dead with 85 speed. Nice. Here in the 4th round, I'm going to draft this running back, Roy Donald. He's a power back scheme fit, 5'11", 232 pounds. We do need a backup running back since we let DeAndre Swift go. He has solid speed, good jumping, great strength. He's decent and everything else. I mean, he's just a power back. So backup running back coming here, 89 speed, normal div. We got this tight end Marcus Mentor from North Dakota State. He's a possession, 6'3", 253 pounds. Could be a gem down here in the bottom rounds of the draft. He has A catching traffic, great speed. He has the fastest 40 of all the tight ends. We only got him 50% scouted, so we don't know, for sure. But here we go. Normal dev, 84 speed. 1st round pick, free safety, Steven Jeffrey is a 75 overall. We did see that he has hidden dev, so I'll probably end up making him the starter at strong safety right away. George Boone, the 2nd round linebacker we drafted, is 72 overall. He did have hidden dev as well. Probably end up being a starter for us, outside linebacker. And then everyone else was pretty much just going to be backups. Let's see what the entire NFL draft recap is looking like. Number 1 pick was Chris Vick, a quarterback, 80 overall, going to the Rams. And the highest overall in the entire class is an 82 overall running back. And then there's an 80 overall wide receiver that went to the Buccaneers. Starting lineup for beginning of season 3, Bryce Young's at 84 with superstar, Robinson's at 87 with superstar, St. Brown's at 88 with superstar, Williams is at 83 with superstar. Got a lot of superstars in the positions that we need them to be in. Offensive line's looking freaking fantastic. Got to upgrade at tight end. Defensively is where we still need a little bit of work here. So we are pretty much really safety rich. We have Joseph, we have Walker, we got Harrison, but I want the rookie that we drafted to start. So thinking that we could trade Harrison, Joseph, and Walker, or figure out some combination to trade and try to get us for sure another good pass rush and defensive end. And if we could get a defensive tackle too, that would be great. Boone's gonna be starting a left outside linebacker. So I'm gonna go try to make some trades and see what we can get, and see if we can get us an elite defensive end on the other side here. The Eagles are willing to give us defensive tackle Jordan Davis and a not so great running back for free safety Joseph and strong safety Harrison. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because we definitely need a defensive tackle too. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get Rashawn Gary from the Bears. I mean, he's a 92 overall outside linebacker, but I will move him to defensive end. They want center Frank Ragnow and wide receiver St. Brown or Winfield and Robinson. Obviously not going to do that. I'm willing to trade 2 first-round picks to get Rashawn Gary because I think that's pretty much going to shore up the defense completely. So this is what the defense is looking like after making those trades. Jordan Davis has superstar dev, he's 83, and then Rashawn Gary, he was a 92, but I moved him to defensive end and he dropped down to a 91. The only weakness that we have now that I would say is probably cornerback, and then hopefully strong safety Jeffrey, he can develop and be really good for us. But I expect this defense to probably be like top 10 now, so here we go. We're off to a great start at the midseason point. We're 5-2, leading the division. The Bears are 3-3, the Packers are 3-3, and the Vikings are 1-6. See what players we have to negotiate with here. We got 91 million in cap space. Definitely want to bring St. Brown back. He's only 24, but he's already 88 overall with superstar. Went out from a 5-year deal. He's coming back. And then Taylor Decker, left tackle. He's 30 years old. Star dev. He's only 80 overall though. He's probably gonna go down some. I'm gonna wait till the end of the season and see how he does. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the kicker back, Will Lutz. He's coming back. What else do we have here? Tracy Walker, moving on from him. Jared Goff, yeah, he's making like 31 million this year, but I didn't feel like we should do anything since we pretty much didn't need the cap space. So we had a huge turnaround. This team won 14 games. We went 14-3. It looks like we got a bye week. The Bears went 10-7. The Packers went 8-9, and the Vikings went 5-12. Let's go check out the lineup real quick and see what the dev traits on the rookies that we drafted. On defense, Boone has superstar, nice. Jeffrey only has star, but it's still good though. I'm surprised that he has superstar. Checking out the season stats, we had the 5th ranked offense. Bryce Young led the league in passing again, and he had the most touchdowns. Defense 13th, so we're steadily getting better on defense as well. Bryce Young threw for 5,200 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 70% completion. 112 rating, so that's freaking awesome right there. Bijan Robinson had 1,000 yards, only 3.5 per carry. That's pretty bad, but he did have 24 rushing touchdowns, so that's freaking awesome. The rookie running back we drafted only had 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jameson Williams led the team in receiving yards and catches. He had 1,400 yards, 8 touchdowns. Edwards had 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. St. Brown had 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns in only 12 games that he played. So he missed 5 games. Tight end Noah Fant had 600 yards, 8 touchdowns, and Powell had 400 yards, 4 touchdowns since St. Brown got injured a little bit. Defensively, Holcomb led the team in tackles with 128. Ed Oliver had the most TFLs with 22. Davis had 18. Hutchinson had 14. Rashawn Gary led the team in sacks with 15. Hutchinson had 10. Oliver had 8. Davis had 3. Cole Holcomb had the most interceptions with 4, along with Okuda. And then Antoine Winfield Jr. only had 1. The rookie Jeffrey had 1 interception. Hughes had 1, and Rodriguez had 1. Playing against the division rival Chicago Bears, who are 10-7. On the other side, we have the Cowboys against the Commanders. Playing in Detroit for our first playoff game of the rebuild. We're up 7-0 in the first. Now it's tied 7-0. Now we're up 14. Now it's tied 4. Now we're down 21-14. Now it's tied. It's a bunch of offense in this game. Still tied. Now we're up 28-21 in the third. We're up 35-21 in the fourth. 35-28. Can we hold them off? And we won the game. Going to the NFC Championship game. Playing against the 14-3 Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Conference Championship game. They beat the Panthers and they beat the Commanders. On the other side, we had the Patriots against the Chargers. Playing in Detroit, NFC Championship game, we're down 7-0 in the first. Now we're tied in the second. We're losing 14-7. Now we're losing 21-7. Come on. Gonna mess around and lose this game. We're losing 28-7 in the fourth quarter now. Finally scored 28-14, then Dallas scored again, 35-21, and we're probably gonna lose. Yeah, we lost 35-21 NFC Championship game. Patriots in the Super Bowl 35-21 to win their 6th Super Bowl. Dak Prescott was Super Bowl MVP and regular season MVP. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Stephon Diggs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the Seahawks. Taylor Decker wants 2 years, $22 million to play left tackle. I think I'm going to hold off and see if we can find someone better in free agency. Not bringing Walker back, and pretty much everyone else that's on here is not going to be coming back to the team. Before free agency, we do need a left tackle because Ragnow is the center. I don't know why they have him on there twice. But yeah, Bryce Young was up to X Factor. That's freaking awesome. Robinson's in 93 was superstar. St. Brown lost his superstar, I guess because he got injured and missed like 5 games, but still looking good. Noah Fant's up to 85 at tight end. Defensively, we got Oliver is up to superstar now. Holcomb's up to superstar. Boone lost his superstar. So I mean, we're pretty much set on starters everywhere except for left tackle on offense. But if I can get a better cornerback or even a better safety, maybe outside linebackers as well, we'll see what we can do. Got the 2 guys that I wanted. I got the best cornerback available, Charvarius Ward. He's 87 overall, scheme fit with star dev. Got him on a 2-year deal. And got Christian Darrisaw at left tackle. He's 83 overall, star dev, 26 years old. We do still have $73 million in cap space, but we just really didn't need to spend it because we already have all of our positions set, and we're gonna end up having to re-sign them pretty soon. So we're gonna be spending a lot of money. Checking out the draft recap, I'll let the computer draft everyone since we didn't have a first round pick and we're not necessarily needing to pick anyone in particular since we already have starters everywhere. They drafted this free safety in the second round, Calvin Covington, 73 overall. He does have hidden dev, so it'll be a good backup for us. And let's check out the rest of the NFL draft. Number 1 pick was a 72 overall tackle from the Cardinals. Ouch. Highest in the whole entire class was Jaquan Shepard, cornerback, 82 overall. Alright, this is the starting lineup for Season 4. Bryce Young's 89 X Factor, Robinson's a 91 star, Jameson Williams 85 star, St. Brown's 89 star. We upgraded the left tackle spot with Darrisaw, he's 83 with star. Defensively, we got a whole bunch of star and superstar devs out here. We brought in Ward at cornerback. The computer drafted this free safety. And I mean, pretty much making a run for the Super Bowl. Off to another great start here at the midseason point. We're 6-1, leading the division. The Vikings are 3-4, the Packers are 2-5, and the Bears are 2-5. Let's see what type of players we got to bring back. We got 85 mil in cap space, and yeah, we got a bunch of guys we got to bring back here. So Penei Sewell, 24 years old. He is 92 overall with superstar dev. He wants 5 years, 90 million, and he doesn't have a lot of interest in re-signing, so I'm gonna bump it up to a 6-year deal. Need to do more to convince me. Come on, bro. Just gave you a bag. Aiden Hutchinson, 25 years old, 87 overall, scheme fit superstar. He wants a 3-year deal. Yeah, let's give him a 3-year deal and see what he says. He's happy to come back. Look, that was easy, so how come you can't just be like that too? Jameson Williams, same thing. 24 years old, superstar dev, 86 overall. Want to bump him up to a 4-year deal since he doesn't have a lot of interest. Now he says he wants even more. Jordan Davis, 25 years old, 86 overall, scheme fit. Definitely want to bring him back, bump him up to a 4-year deal. Need to do more to convince me. Man, all these guys. How do we only have 23 million left in cap space? Whenever only one guy, oh, I guess it's counting the offers that we submitted. I never realized that before. Malcolm Rodriguez, he's actually pretty good. Starting linebacker for us, had a cheap contract, so we'll go ahead and offer it to him. He wants more money too, all these guys. Try to sign these guys again, and we're gonna go with Penei Sewell. Let's give him a 7-year deal and see what he says. Now he's coming back. All right. Jameson Williams, we offered him a 4-year deal, but he said that he wanted more. Let's go with 5 years and see what he says on that. He's coming back. Nice. And then Davis is the last one that we wanted to bring back. Well, the last big name guy. Let's try offering him a 5-year deal. He still wants a bigger offer. This guy's tripping. And Rodriguez, he wanted more. We'll offer him a 3-year deal and see what he says. He still wants more too. What the heck? Into the regular season, we finished 11-6 and won the division. The Packers went 8-9, the Vikings went 7-10, and the Bears went 6-11. Check out the season stats. We had the 3rd ranked offense. Bryce was 4th in passing yards in the entire NFL, 11th on defense. So we're steadily getting better on defense. Bryce Young threw 5,200 yards, 43 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 69% completion with a 110 rating. I think that's the best season that he's had so far with that ratings at 110, or maybe he had 112 last year, if I don't remember correctly. Robinson, 1,350 yards, 4.5 per carry with 20 touchdowns. That's very, very nice. Like to see that. St. Brown led the team with 105 catches, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. Edwards had 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns. Dang. Williams had 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jawan Johnson played, what the heck? Oh, because Noah Fant got injured. 400 yards and 1 touchdown for Johnson, and 400 yards, 2 touchdowns for Fant. Defensively, Cole Holcomb led the team in tackles with 95. Ed Oliver had 20 TFLs. Gary had 17. Aiden Hutchinson led the team in sacks with 14.5. Gary had 11.5. Jordan Davis had 6.5. Ed Oliver had 6. Interceptions, Cole Holcomb had 4. Winfield had 4. Ward had 3. Dantzler had 2. Okuda had 2. And a few other guys had 1. So we're starting to get some interception production. We're going to be playing against the 8-9 Arizona Cardinals in the wild card round. We also have the Cowboys against the Saints, the 49ers against the Giants, and the Buccaneers had a bye week. Playing in Detroit, wild card game. We're up 7-0 in the first. This looks like a new stadium. We're still at 7-3. I think it's an open air stadium in Detroit. What the heck? 13-10 we're winning in the second. Now we're up 20-17, and the third is tied 20-all. Down 27-20 now. Now we're tied. We're up 34-27 in the fourth. Can we hold them off? Are they going to score? And we won the game. Yeah, this stadium looks weird. They built them a new stadium. It was like an open air canopy stadium. Next round of the playoffs, we're going against the 11-6 Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round. And on the other side, we have the Buccaneers against the Giants. Definitely playing in an open air stadium because we're playing in Detroit and it's snowing, and we're up 10-0 or 10-3 in the second. Now we're up 17-3 in the second, 17-10. We're up 24-10, 24-17. We're up 31-17 in the third. Now it's 31-24 in the fourth. 38 to 24, 38 to 30, it's a close game, man, and 38 to 36. They scored a touchdown and tried to go for 2, but look at the snow falling. It's freaking hilarious. I can't get over it. NFC Championship game playing against the 10-7 New York Giants. Let's see, they beat the 49ers 34 to 28, and then they beat the Buccaneers 21 to 3. On the other side, we had the Texans against the Chiefs. Playing in a blizzard in Detroit once again. First quarter, still tied 0-0. Second quarter, we finally scored. We're up 7-0. Now it's tied 7-7. Now we're losing 14-7. Now it's 21-7. 24-7. What the heck? Come on. 24-14. 30-14. 30-22. 30-30. We tied it up. Now we're up 33-30. Now it's tied all 33. Overtime. Giants scored and then we scored. And we won. Going to the freaking Super Bowl in the snow. We're going to be playing against the 11-6 Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's check out the roster and see what the team's looking like. Bryce Young and Robinson are both X Factors. Robinson jumped up to X Factor. Nice. We're missing Sewell. He's out with injury. At right tackle, he's missing 1 more week, but we don't have another week to wait, man. Defensively, Ed Oliver and Cole Holcomb both jumped up to X Factor. Let's freaking go. Winfield was superstar, but he lost it. He's down to just star depth, but he's still 94 overall. So let's see how the Super Bowl goes. Playing indoors, so it might not be good for us, but we jump up to a 6-0 lead in the first. Now we're up 13-0, 13-7. We're still winning 16-14 in the second. We're up 23-14, 23-21, 26-21. Now we're losing 29-26. We're up 33-29. Now we're losing 36-33 in the fourth. Now we're losing 43-33. Dang it. 43-40. And we lost by 3 points in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs beat the Lions in the Super Bowl 43-40 to win their 4th Super Bowl, and Sky Moore, wide receiver, was Super Bowl MVP. Anthony Richardson won MVP of the regular season with the Buccaneers. Brendan Washington won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Chris Godwin won Offensive Player of the Year with the Buccaneers. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. We have $61 million in cap space. We need to try to bring Jordan Davis back again. We offered him a freaking huge deal, but he turned it down. And we offered him a 5-year deal again. He wants to go to a new team. We just went to the Super Bowl, dude. You don't want to try to win any Super Bowls? Rodriguez already tried to offer him freaking deals, and he keeps turning us down. I'm gonna offer him a 3-year deal. And let's offer him a 4-year deal. He wants to come back. Nice. Anybody else that we want to try to bring back? The kicker, 1 year, 3.5 mil, 3.6. He's gonna test free agency. We don't need Johnson anymore. I don't think that we need any of these other guys. And let's see how much it costs to franchise tag Jordan Davis. 20 mil. It's kind of high. We do have the money though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Boom. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We're pretty much set on offense altogether. We don't really need anything. Maybe a back at running back. Defensively, same thing. We're like pretty much just set all around, so we don't have any needs. We'll see what we can find, if we can upgrade a position like this strong safety spot or something. All I did was bring in a kicker because we needed one, and also a backup running back. That's it. I simulated the entire draft again since we didn't have a first round pick. The computer drafted this wide receiver in the second round. He's a 74 overall with normal dev, 6'5", 227 pounds. Freaking huge. And then they drafted this wide receiver, Adrian Walton, in the 4th round. He's 71, but he does have hidden dev. But let's check out the entire NFL draft real quick. Number 1 overall pick was a corner who's 79. The highest overall in the draft is a running back, 83, and then a safety that's 80 overall. For the 5th and final season, Bryce Young's a 94 X Factor, Robinson's a 95 X Factor. We brought in this running back to be the backup. St. Brown's a 91 Superstar, Williams is 87 with Star, and then Edwards, wide receiver 3, is 79 with normal dev. Offensive line looks beastly. Noah Fant, the tight end, is up to 85 with Star dev. Defensively, we have all superstars on the defensive line. Nice. So that's a nasty defense right there. Holcomb lost his X Factor, and so did Ed Oliver. But we also got Winfield Jr. is a 94 at free safety. Jeffrey's at 81 at strong safety. Ward is 87 at cornerback 1. Okuda is 85 at cornerback 2. Dantzler's at 84, cornerback 3. And Aiden Hutchinson's a 90 with superstar. The midseason point, not off to the greatest start. We're 3-3, second in the division. The Bears are 4-3, the Vikings are 3-4, and the Packers are 3-4. So luckily everyone else isn't doing so great. So hopefully we can bring it home at the end of the season and make it to the playoffs. Somehow we finished the season 8-9 and won our division. The Packers went 8-9, the Vikings went 7-10, and the Bears went 7-10. See what happened over here. We had the second ranked offense. Bryce Young had the second most passing yards in the entire NFL. Defensively 19th, so defense fell off a little bit. Bryce Young threw for almost 5,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 68% completion with the 107 rating. Bijan Robinson had 1,280 yards, 4.7 per carry with 14 touchdowns. Nice. St. Brown had 1,700 yards receiving on 121 catches for 13 touchdowns. Jamison Williams 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Edwards had 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Noah Fant almost had 800 yards with 9 touchdowns. Cole Holcomb and Ward both had 100 tackles, and TFL's Ed Oliver and Rashawn Gary both had 19. Aiden Hutchinson had 18. Rashawn Gary and Aiden Hutchinson led the team in sacks, both with 13.5. Very nice. Jordan Davis had 8 sacks. Ed Oliver had 7.5. Cole Holcomb led the team in interceptions with 3, and then we only had 5 other guys with 1. We'll be playing against the 13-4 Giants, who we beat in the NFC conference game last season. We also had the Buccaneers against the Cardinals, the Seahawks against the Eagles, and the Cowboys with the bye week. Playing in Detroit, we're down 7-0. Second quarter, still 7-0. Now 7-3. We kicked a field goal. 7-6. We kicked another field goal. Now we're losing 14-6 in the third, 14-12 in the fourth, 17-12 in the fourth. We're up 20-17. Now 27-17. We got the win. Nice. Gonna be playing against the 13-4 Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round, and we also have the Buccaneers against the Seahawks. Playing in Dallas. Dallas jumps up to a 7-0 lead. Now we're tied 7-7. Dallas is up 14. Now we tied it again 14-0. 17-14. We're losing in the second. Losing 24-14 now. 24-21. 27-21. We're down in the fourth. 35-21 in the fourth. We're getting blown out 42-28 now. And we lost the game 42-28. Dang it. The Ravens beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 36-31 to win their third Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Jonathan Taylor won Offensive Player of the Year with the Colts. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. This is what the final team looks like. We got Bryce Young, Bijan Robinson, both 99 overall X Factors. St. Brown's a 94 X Factor. Jamison Williams is 89 with Star Dev. Panay Sewell's 97 with Superstar. Defensively, we got 3 X Factors as well. Aiden Hutchinson, 94 X Factor. Ed Oliver, 91 X Factor. Rashawn Gary, 95 X Factor. So we got Holcomb over here, 85. Star Dev, he fell off a lot. He was an X Factor last season. Davis is a 90 with Star Dev, or Superstar Dev. I think that this team was actually pretty freaking good. I mean, if the Lions could figure out a way to get Bryce Young and Bijan Robinson in real life in the first round, then it'll be freaking sick. So I think that this team right here, if we did another 10 years, they would probably win 3 or 4 Super Bowls. But that's going to be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Say something down in the comments. Who do you think the Lions are going to draft in the first round this year in real life? I appreciate everyone for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.